So anyway, I'm here with Mayor Jim Trager today, and he's been good enough to give me a few minutes of his time and the voters a few minutes of time to talk about the candidate race this coming up here in a few weeks. So Jim, why don't you tell me a little bit about yourself?
Well, I was born and raised in Marseilles, lived here all my life, married Sandra Folletto, and we have 3 children and 7 grandchildren. I'm a graduate of Marseilles High School, and I also a graduate of Caterpillar 4-year training program, and came out of that as a tool and die designer, and worked at Caterpillar for 38 years and retired in 1995, and I was in management when I retired. I've been involved in a lot of activities over the years, specifically Broadway Park, where we put new tennis courts in over there, and football lights at the old Marseilles High School, and then we moved those lights down into the ball diamonds on Commercial Street where they're still in use. I was on the parade committee for the 150th anniversary, and of course I was very involved in the 2010 175th anniversary. Participated in a lot of different activities, and took a leading role as the mayor in the celebration. So.
Okay, well, as the incumbent, you've served for the last 4 years. What are some of the accomplishments that went during your first term that you're most proud of?
Well, one of the most difficult ones, and it was actually started by the previous administration, and that was to annex out to the Route 80 interchange. And I was successful in completing that. It was a long, hard job. It took me about 3 years to get it done. A lot of meetings, a lot of phone calls, a lot of canceled meetings, bargaining with the various homeowners. But we did finally get it done, and I'm very proud of that. The next step in the development of that area out there will be to try and get water and sewer out there. We're working on a grant now to try and get some of that, either water or sewer or both, installed. It's my feeling that taxpayers of Marseilles should not pay for that. I mean, either get a developer to partner with us, or, like I say, get a grant to help us out with it. So that was a big accomplishment. One of the other things, I was able to negotiate with the wind farms out south. As a result of those negotiations, the city was guaranteed $950,000 over a 10-year period. One of the other big things that happened was we were able to convince Independence Tube to expand their plant here in Marseilles instead of moving to Alabama, which was one of the options they were looking at. And that resulted in, that was about a $20 million expansion. And that resulted in somewhere between 15 and 20 additional jobs. I was able to get a new Dollar General store to come to Marseilles. I worked in cooperation with the Chamber of Commerce on that. That took quite some time, probably about a year. A lot of people don't realize that that was not a done deal until about 3 weeks before they broke ground on that store up there. There were a lot of hurdles to jump over, and but we finally got the job done, and I'm glad that they're here. We were able to get some people to reopen the Marathon Station out north of town, which is now in the city limits, and that'll generate some sales tax for us.
Okay, Jim, Marseilles has got a lot of small businesses, Main Street and all around town, and a lot of them may be struggling in this economy. What are your plans if you're reelected to help the small businesses out in town and draw more if possible?
Well, there's really not a plan in place to help small businesses, but I'm always at the here at the office, and I'm willing to listen to any business owner that wants to come in and talk to me if they got any ideas on how we can help them, how the city can help them. I'm always willing to listen to whatever ideas they have. Like I say, my door is always open to those people. As far as getting more businesses into town, we have to use whatever we can. TIFs, tax abatements, there are various things that you can work out with businesses to entice them to come to your town. Of course, you're competing with everybody, especially in the industry part of it.
Okay. My next question, Jim, is that I know a lot of people are concerned in town. There's some blighted areas or people that have some pretty unattractive properties here in town. And I was wondering if you have any thoughts on how you would like to work on getting those cleaned up in the next term.
Well, when I took office, since I've taken office, we have sent letters or filed complaints against 153 different property owners in the city of Marseilles in an effort to get them to either clean up their property or tear it down. And that we have had some success with that. A lot of them, you send them a letter and they clean it up, and 6 months later it's back the way it was. And you send them another letter, so you have some repeat offenders in there. Fortunately for us, we've had a couple of house rehabbers that have come in, and I know one fella there's a couple of major ones that between those two they've rehabbed somewhere between 20 and 25 houses, so that always helps. As far as we were successful in getting the old marathon station torn down up there across from Twin Oaks. Another thing, we were successful in getting the Evangelistic property torn down. That was a two-story house up there on Chicago Street. And of course, we had a couple burned out buildings that we had to force people to tear them down. And if I'm elected to mayor again, that would be something that I will continue to pursue, and that is to force these people to get the property cleaned up. I think we've done a pretty good job, and I think we'll continue to do that.
All right.